Okay, so we're back again with another video. And guys, this time this video is very, very disturbing. I'm going to leave clips of this video so you guys can see what we're talking about. I know some people have very sensitive ears and stuff, but this is something that do need to be addressed. It is a grown man in his 30s or 40s talking to a random chick. You don't even know her. So when I was watching the video, I thought that this was like a coworker at first. I don't know what made me think that, but I did think it was a coworker. And come to find out, he don't even know her. So I don't know if they was like on Skype or one of those like glide websites or something where you meet people and you're talking. And the way he sounds, he's all stressed out. And I'm thinking he's talking about a girlfriend, someone that's, that they're an adult and they can have sex or do whatever. And he's talking about an 8-year-old girl, a baby, not developed, not anything, 8 years old that he had sex with. So I want you guys to like, comment, share, talk to your kids, let them know. If anybody is touching you or talking to you inappropriately, you let me know. I'm your parent. You tell an adult that could do something, which is a parent, maybe even a teacher, but sometimes these days these teachers are sleeping with their little kids too. But tell a parent, tell someone that can do something about it, because this has to stop. I mean, I don't even know for the life of me what made him feel so comfortable to tell a stranger that I'm sleeping with the 8-year-old girl. And he said he told her because he thought that she was a cool person, somebody cool to talk to. Now, I don't even know what to say with that, but you guys are going to get the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We may do a part 2 to this. I'm not really sure, but turn on your post notifications, do all that good stuff, and we're going to get back to this video.
So when did y'all started sleeping around? That is weird. It's weird that you just came out just to tell me this shit. I don't understand it. Why you told me that?
Because listen, I ain't want to get up with you and get the mess if it was today or another day and you just seem so open and free and, you know what I'm saying, accepting and so forth. So I was like,
That's sick as fuck though, bro. It's just crazy.
So you judging me?
Yeah, I got an 8-year-old, I got a 9-year-old sister and you sleeping with one. That's crazy. Now I'm looking at how men really be moving. Yeah, that shit weird.
Young yourself, I guess that's what it is. He ain't.
So what you like young girls or something?
I do like young girls.
Okay, guys, we're back again, and this time we're going to be talking about this guy. I guess he was on a social media site talking to this girl, and for whatever reason he felt very comfortable with coming out and saying that he's messing with a 8-year-old girl. That it kind of threw me. So you're gonna hear what we have to say about it, and you guys already know I have my favorite Jen and Juice here and my sister Neek. So Neek, you're gonna go. I'm gonna ask you what did you even gather from this when you seen it? Like in your thought, what will make him come out to even say that?
For one, honestly, listening to it, I was just like, this has to be a joke. At first I was like, okay, is he joking or is he serious? But continuing to listen to him, it was just like, this guy's sick. Like, you know what I mean? And I felt sorry for the baby. That's a child, 8 years old. That's literally a baby, like not even in double-digit number yet.
Yeah.
So, to think about like how comfortable I think a lot, and it made me think about how comfortable women get with men being around their children. And that part makes me very frustrated and uncomfortable. I know a lot of times women get serious too quick, with some men, and maybe think that, okay, well, that certain things don't cross your mind.
Yeah.
So I can't blame it on the woman that he's with. But I think you do have to keep a closer eye on, your children with these men, and I don't know. I mean, I can't blame it on nobody, but I don't know. Just so much is going through my mind, honestly. Like, and by me just not, and if you guys see that I'm kind of like all over the place with it, it's because I just listened to the video like literally 5 minutes ago. So I'm kind of like still in shock and kind of like frustrated a little bit. Like, seeing somebody talk so comfortable about how he just ruined a baby's life, you know, like that. So I don't know, honestly.
And so, okay, so let me ask you this, and then I'm going to ask Jen something. So do you think, by you saying it, as you're looking at it also, not just because it's wrong, but you're looking at it from a point of view of you having nieces.
Oh, of
and,
course.
Yeah, and also going with maybe now women should take the time out to research and look and see, because he has a very long record from doing this.
Oh, really? Yeah, definitely. Especially, I mean, do your research. I know there's certain things that you don't know, but especially if somebody has a record, this is all public information. You can literally search a person's name and it'll pop up. There's sex offenders that, I mean, you don't even have to search their names. You can have sex offenders in your area, and I mean, there's people that I found out with sex offenders in my area that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's an offender list that they have that's just, it's public record. So, do your research. And I know a lot of people have never had nothing on their background, whether they, pedophiles or anything. There's nothing to give you, to forewarn you about it. But, I mean, it is definitely a sad case, because I've seen women, that have suffered and with this is a lifelong suffering when you get, these women get raped, or these women get molested, men too, whoever it is. It's a lifelong, struggle for people. So, it's a sad situation, especially a full grown man. That's
and
sick.
he looks every bit in his 30s, which we'll be showing his real age, and you guys can go look him up because we have his name. He's from South Carolina, so you guys can just go and see. But now, Jen, I wanted to ask you this. Also, with this whole thing, where do you, for him to have time to do this and the child not really say anything, do you think it was one of those cases where the mom has to go to work and he's off? Like, how could he even pull this off by being the step? Like, you're a part of someone's life. You're not even the real dad. You're just the boyfriend. Like, how did they even pull this? How did he pull it off?
Yes, I definitely think it's something where he's probably left alone with a child. And like you said, by him having a previous history of that, he probably prey on women with younger kids to put himself in that position. And in a part of the video, he mentioned how, oh yeah, the 8-year-old, I mean, the girl is very aggressive. Yeah. Mind you, he's talking about an 8-year-old being aggressive towards him. Like, he's not an adult and he cannot control himself for an 8-year-old. It makes no sense. No sense at all. And, yeah, I just feel like this guy is very sick, and hopefully the mom catches wind of this and she can do something about it, because this needs to stop and he needs to be in jail.
Yeah, well, he is in jail, but it was also the part that really got to me is, kids are so fragile, and when you have people tell them things, I always try to tell my kids, listen, I am your guardian. I'm over you. I'm the one that can protect you at this moment in time until you get of age to protect yourself. So even if I get upset, even if it's just because I had you, it does not mean not come to me, because you have to think of the mindset of a child when someone tell you, don't say nothing, or they sneak and they touch you in an inappropriate way. And now this baby got to sit day in and day out, whether she liked it, loved it, who knows. She's only 8, and this man is just sitting up there. He probably even just do anything extra just to be alone with this girl. Oh yeah, I was just thinking about, could we take the baby to the park or just do something? And now in the mom's head, she's probably thinking, oh my God, I got such a good boyfriend. It's so much of stuff he wants to do with her. So should that be also like a red flag? So Neek, I'm gonna ask you this. Looking at things that women and men, if you're in a situation, what are the signs, a couple of signs of a red flag that you should be looking at to say, okay, no, you're getting a bit too comfortable?
I think that's hard to determine, because I don't want to take away from the great stepfathers that's out there that's stepping up because the fathers didn't, you know what I'm saying? Or, they really do love whoever the girl is and they really do want to start a family. So I don't think there's real, red flags, honestly. I mean, I only thing I could think of is, looking at, the background. Like, this guy does have a background of, being a pedophile or whatever. I think the most that should be done, honestly, is, stop giving them a slap on the wrist. I mean, it's crazy how many pedophiles are just out here, and the only thing they have to do is take a picture. And it's easier for them to get back out here in the world than for somebody that then, not saying that selling drugs is a good thing, but, it's people out here that sold drugs and they are trying to, fix themselves up, or they might have a drug habit or whatever. And it's harder for them to get back out here in the world than a pedophile. A pedophile is out here and it's regular, have jobs and everything else. There's certain places, that they can't work, but, for the most part, they're able to go back out here and have a regular life. Like nothing ever happened. And, I don't think it's like really something that you can kind of like, okay, well, this is a red flag. Of course, there's certain things that you can look for, like, okay, I'm not going to let you bathe my child, or I'm not going to let you certain things like that. But if you leave in somebody, like if the woman don't have that help from the father, how she should, and she has to work or whatever, and this guy stepping in and say, oh no, don't worry about it. I'll get up in the morning. I'll make sure she gets ready for school and get herself. That might look like a godsend for a woman that's been doing it by herself for all of this time. So I don't really know how to honestly say, except for don't have nobody around your child until you know for sure that you can trust them.
Yeah, I agree. And so, Jen, this is a question for the both of you. And because I don't know what even direction to take this with this man being so sick like this. Now, I know with certain things we have to talk to our kids and explain certain things to them. But do you feel like, let me say this. I know a couple of people I went to school with that their stepdads are there. And I don't want to say stepdad because they wasn't married. Their mom's boyfriends raped them, and they went and told them, and the mom did not believe them at all. Do you think that this was the case, being that this baby is 8 years old, that she did tell the mom and she just could have ignored it, or maybe she didn't say anything? How do you feel, Jen? Like, do you think she even mentioned it?
I would hope that if she did mention it to her mom, that her mom would put a stop to it. But then again, I don't know. But like I said, this guy seems very like he's a predator. This is what he does. So I'm sure by now he knows what to say. He knows how to say it. He knows how to manipulate this child because this is what he does. So to answer your question, I don't know. I wouldn't say that she told her mom, because I'm sure if she told her mom, he wouldn't still be in a relationship with her and all of this still going on. So no, I don't think it's something that she told her mom at this point.
But do you think, so you're saying like, well, so basically you're saying like you feel as if even if she did tell him, the mom would stand up and say, okay, I'm going to take these steps.
Oh, yeah. I just can't see where a mother would not do everything she could to protect her child against somebody that will be around this child probably every day. It's no way that this man could keep coming around and he's been sexually abusing your child. Like, I just can't see a way around
it. Okay, so Ning, what do you feel about that?
I agree. I mean, I've seen sick cases. I've heard of sick cases. Of course, it can go either way because he's very comfortable to talk about it. So you don't know whether or not she knows. But there's always that small percent that somebody might know. But I definitely think the 95% that she does not know, because even the way the young lady was like, well, if you're lucky, I don't know who she is, because I would tell her, you know, and stuff like that. And he was like, wow, really? You would tell? You know, stuff like that. So he knows what he's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the mother knows from his reaction, from the way that he said that she does know.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. And two guys, I wanted just to say this as well. I always like to say this: if you're out dating and you get to a point where you're looking for someone, I feel also the wrong time to start dating and looking for someone is when you get to the point where your options are minimum and you just start to feel like, you know what, I normally would never talk to this guy, but because I'm so lonely and it's been, a little hot minute, this is who I'm going to talk to. Because what I gather as well from this is someone that feel comfortable with, feeling like, women are kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to say that in a way, but everybody knows what I'm trying to say. Yes. Because it is a slap in the face to feel like you can go and tell a stranger that I'm actually having sex with an 8-year-old, and the way he's saying it, you'd have thought that he was like being stressed out about a female that's 20 something years, 30 years old. Like, yeah, I don't know, man, she's stressing me. This is a freaking 8-year-old. And so I say this to any woman: whatever you feel like you have to do, whatever your self-esteem is low, when you feel like, you know what, hey, I can't, or I gotta accept this, whether it's your weight, looks, whatever, it can be fixed. However it is, it can be fixed. Because I know sometimes people break us down. But it really does show what a man see some women as, to say, okay, he just said, no, you seem like a nice person that I can, like, talk to. Like, how you're nice. How do I look so nice to where you can tell me you slept with an 8-year-old? Right. Like, and I'm a woman at that. Now, I'm not saying, maybe if he was speaking to a man, still a man won't go for that. But I can understand if because, hey, a man, I don't know. Which I don't see a man accepting that because she's 8.
Yeah, they got children. So,
yeah.
These men got children that they'll die for. They take all type of risks for. So I don't see a man, listening to you and accepting no crap like that without knocking you out. Without, you know what I'm saying? I think that he knows he can't go say that to no other man, because, you'll have to be picking your teeth up off the ground. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is sick. I think the reaction from a woman is something more slower to anger and more like, okay, well, you're sick. You're weird. You know what I mean? Stuff like that versus, being angry and wanting to handle it right then and there.
So let me ask you this too. I got something, then we're gonna be closing this out, because we do have a part 2 to this, and we want to put different clips in the video so that you guys can see the aftermath of this whole thing. But let me ask you this, and this is for the both of you, Jen, this is for you too. Now, I know back in the day, and I don't know if it's still going on, where men had a code. And I don't think it was just dope dealers, or it wasn't just a particular type of guy. It was just a code. You don't mess with older women who can't defend themselves. Like, you don't mess with them. You don't hit a woman, and you don't mess with kids. Now, I even see, if you look up, well, I guess anybody can say, okay, you go to jail. They say, okay, if this person is molested a child or did something, they're going to get it. Mm. But my thing, do you feel that that is true? Because there's so many people in this world that's going to jail for this. It is not even like, it's not even drugs. It's not even murders. It's like little stuff like this.
I don't know. Honestly, I think that a lot of times these people, I think the system protects them because they go to the 24-hour lockdown, and they go to these, they go to protective custody, like the protective part, not protective custody, but I forgot what you call it, but they go there to where they don't have to be, in general population with everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, they're protecting them where they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think whatever happens,
Yeah.
but I think they are doing more to protect these people instead of having them with these guys that's in general population and, out there in the yard with everybody else. They are protecting these guys. So that's the reason why they're able to come. We paying our tax dollars, and for these people to keep going back and forth, in and out of jail, they got to keep getting pictures taken every year and every so often, or however it goes. And it's kind of, it's sick, to say the least. You get what I'm saying? And it's not, and I feel like they put everybody under the same umbrella. Like, there's a guy that was 19 messing with a girl that was 16, and he's a sex offender. And you under the same umbrella as somebody this sick, you got to go and take pictures and stuff. Yeah. And I think that's another thing. People are able to oh no, I was young, and they tell these lies and say like, oh well, yeah, I was 19, the girl was 16, and they got me for that. They said that that was considered I was a sex offender because of that, and it's kind of brushed under the rug. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I don't feel like they should do that.
And Jen,
I just feel like this country is a breeding ground for sex offenders. Like you said, Neek, they always get a slap on the wrist in terms of jail time, or if not jail time, the way that they're treated in prison, putting these people on 24-hour lockdown, which some may consider punishment, but I feel like the real punishment is you getting out there and you getting your butt whooped every day for what you did. But they won't get that because, they have, the system protecting them once again. And I feel like they never learn from what they do because everywhere they turn, they get a slap on the wrist. Yeah. And I feel like this is why this is a perpetual problem, and it needs more aggressive punishment in order for these people to change. And personally, if you ask me, I think the family should be able to decide what happens to these people.
Exactly.
In terms of, you're hurting someone's child.
Yeah. We providing protection for them when there was no protection for the child. Yeah. Like so you're more concerned about somebody that's able and willing, a grown person, and knew what they was doing, versus, an innocent child. These people will have a lifelong suffering because of these types of things. So
the child.
Yeah, the child. I mean, there's children that have gotten literally raped, and they have to get stitched back up. Yeah. They have to, there's things that happen to these babies that's, it's sick that people would do it to a child.
Yeah, the mental and the physical trauma is just
it's awful.
And a lot of people end up on drugs and everything else. It's just a lifetime of pain because this person decided that you were going to be their play toy. Yeah. It's not right. And I feel like these people need harsher punishments. How can you be so comfortable to sit your grown self on live and just say, oh yeah, I'm sleeping with an 8-year-old? Like, that is just insane to me, how lax everything is.
And you can see, like, with the way he was talking, it's almost like, if it's a way like a Casanova too, at certain times, they're like, yeah, girl, you stop tripping too, and like brush it off depending on how she was talking back to him. Like, oh, so you ain't gonna have my baby? Like, listen, this is, you're something is wrong. And like, something is really wrong.
Yeah, you think it's cute that you're doing that.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So, guys, listen, we're going to do a part 1, but one thing I did want to say, and I know we always say this, we really, really, really appreciate the feedback with everything. We see the numbers going up, we see things, and we really do appreciate all of that. But also, what we're trying to do is take our channel to a higher level of anything that we talk about. It's not just gossip. We're actually trying to speak on it and get some type of solution to fix this stuff, and somewhere where you can go and get the necessary help. Now, the part 2, like we said, we're going to be putting the little clips because he did go to jail. And we're going to also, leaving those resources down at the bottom of the description. But we're going to be talking about men that do this when they were younger as a child, maybe nothing happened. So now they grow into people like this because there's just certain things. It's not, if you're not mentally, this should not be a part of you. So something maybe happened to him when he was little, and now it's like, okay, it's being ignored. He's a guy, this was a norm, and now he's doing it to somebody else. And we have to stop that cycle. And we're trying to do that. So we're going to have a part 2. And like I said, my sister's page is going to be down below. It's jenn&neek. And they have the Instagram. We're going to put all that stuff at the bottom. And Jen, do you have anything to say about,
closing statement? I just feel like we just have to be more vigilant, and no matter how much you think you can trust a person or how much you think a person looks innocent, because this guy really did look very harmless, we have to take those extra measures in talking to our children and making sure that everything that's going on in their lives, we know about it, and that they are reassured that they can come to you for everything, and they won't be punished or they won't be yelled at, whatever it takes for them to have that open line of communication with you, because these predators are out there and they have no particular face, no particular size. It could just be anyone. So just be on alert.
And I agree. Totally. Neek?
Yeah, I agree with that. And the only thing I'm going to say, because Jen pretty much summed up everything about as far as, being aware of what to look for and how to speak to your child. But I'll just say, sending lots of love to the women that has had to deal with something like this, whether you dealt with it with your child or whether you have to deal with it, just yourself. Not only women, but men too. I mean, men go through these things. They have children as well and have been abused as well. So just sending lots of love and support to those people that has had to deal with situations that's like this. Because me watching it, it's frustrating and it's hurting, but I can't imagine, the parents that has had to deal with it, or, just people who have had to deal with it in general. So that's it for my part.
Yeah, and, and I agree. So what we're going to do, we're going to close it out. We are going to have, like I said, a part 2 to this. And I want you guys, I guess we will post it because we're going to have a phone conference. So you guys can call in and we can discuss different things. And also, I know that sometimes this could be like a little too, some people don't want to open up to it, but I feel like if, when we open up, sometimes it makes things better. We'll have a whole nother line for this, as if someone or if this happened to you, where you can say what you did to overcome this, because this does happen to some of everybody in their family, people. So, okay, we're out.
All right.
Okay, so we're back again with another video. And guys, this time this video is very, very disturbing. I'm going to leave clips of this video so you guys can see what we're talking about. I know some people have very sensitive ears and stuff, but this is something that do need to be addressed. It is a grown man in his 30s or 40s talking to a random chick. He don't even know her. So when I was watching the video, I thought that this was like a coworker at first. I don't know what made me think that, but I did think it was a coworker. And come to find out, he don't even know her. So I don't know if they was like on Skype or one of those like glide websites or something where you meet people and you're talking. And the way he sounds, he's all stressed out. And I'm thinking he's talking about a girlfriend, someone that's, that they're an adult and they can have sex or do whatever. And he's talking about an 8-year-old girl, a baby, not developed, not anything, 8 years old that he had sex with. So I want you guys to like, comment, share, talk to your kids, let them know if anybody is touching you or talking to you inappropriately, you let me know. I'm your parent. You tell an adult that could do something, which is a parent, maybe even a teacher, but sometimes these days these teachers are sleeping with their little kids too. But tell a parent, tell someone that can do something about it, because this has to stop. I mean, I don't even know for the life of me what made him feel so comfortable to tell a stranger that I'm sleeping with the 8-year-old girl. And he said he told her because he thought that she was a cool person, somebody cool to talk to. Now, either, I don't even know what to say with that, but you guys are going to get the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We may do a part 2 to this. I'm not really sure, but turn on your post notifications, do all that good stuff, and we're going to get back to this video.